Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Business Talks. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's episode, we are going to talk about Tim Walz. Tim Walz was blasted by Dr. Scott Jensen. He is, or was, a former representative in Minnesota. Also, his brother came out and spoke against Tim Walz. He is saying that if he formally backed President Trump up. Number one, he endorsed President Trump, and then number two, he said Tim Walz cannot be trusted as a leader. Okay, so we'll talk more about that. Also, we have Governor Hochol. One of her former top aides was arrested by the FBI today. We also have Tiffany Henyards lip boxing, okay, over the weekend in regards to her, I guess, food giveaway. And we'll look at some of the food that she gave away. And she said she came out of pocket for this expense. I'm not true. I'm not sure how true that is, but this is what she's claiming. Okay. And then much more. We got something to talk about Roland Martin, all that on today's episode of Business Talk. So you guys stay tuned. Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. Looks a little something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. You guys put in the chat, let me know where you're viewing from. Please put in the chat, let me know where you're viewing from. I see we have Mia in the building. Mia is tuning in from Rochester, New York. Yuck Photube, hello from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. And I heard they found millions in cash in her house. And I'm assuming that you're speaking of this Kathy, former aide of Governor Kathy Hochul. Okay, so we're going to talk about some gossip stuff from before, because this is a short story, very short story, but I thought it was hilarious. Your boy Roland Martin, he's always, beating a drum for Kamala Harris. There's nothing wrong with that. He's an extreme supporter of Kamala Harris. He's an extreme supporter of the Democrat Party. Okay, you could go on the stretch and call him a Democrat. The new word is shield. This guy, he jumps hoops. He rolls around in dirt. He dances and sings and he twerks, all for Democrats. Okay, he has this live stream on during the week, and for some reason, when they cut to his screen, there was a picture of, or a video, can we say a video of a man naked. A man naked. So, without further ado, let me just share this with you guys without further ado, because people are like really trolling Roland Martin because of this. Now, this has nothing to do with the I guess the election or anything like that, but this all has to do what type of character Roland Martin is. He always talking crap. He's always talking crap about other black men because they don't agree with him. I'd say he's a punk because some guy called him out. I guess he was talking crap online on Twitter, and the guy showed up to one of the DNC events and called him out like, hey, what's the problem? Some people got mad at this one guy because he's quite younger than Roland Martin. I think Roland Martin is pushing 60. But Roland Martin, he talks a bunch of crap. So when you talk a bunch of crap to men, and the men is about that life, because he was from the west side of Chicago, he was like, okay, I pulled up on you. What you got to say now? But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Angela Stanton, I don't know if you guys follow her. She was, I I follow. I've been her biggest fan since she was running for as a representative, I believe in Atlanta somewhere or somewhere in Georgia. But she was pardoned by President Trump, and she was, on the campaign trail for President Trump. And then when she joined Kennedy's campaign, and she was on the campaign trail for him. But anyway, she posted this video up about Roland Martin, okay? And this Angela Stanton King, she is saying, breaking, Democrat Roland Martins forgot to edit this clip. We were all forced to watch his love and administration for black male buttocks as they casually scrolled across his screen. I told y'all in a post I wrote a few weeks back that 90% of the men I know that still represent or support the Democrat Party are gay. Watch how mad he gets when he finds out it aired. How much more proof do we need? It's time to save our men and boys.
Let me go ahead and play this one for y'all. Check this out.
About your opponent, Donald Trump. I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
Same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
About your opponent,
So you saw the male booty.
Donald Trump. I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that
We ain't
you have
doing
never
this.
interacted with him, met him.
This next question. Let me go ahead.
You said we ain't doing this. Next question. We ain't doing this. Next question. Hold on for a second, you guys. So he said, we ain't doing this. Next question. We ain't doing this. Next question. Roland Martin, no did it. Okay, so let me just play the clip again.
Play this one for y'all. Check this out.
About your opponent, Donald Trump. I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
Same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
About your opponent, Donald Trump. I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that
We ain't
you have
doing
never
this.
interacted with him, met him.
This next question.
Well, you got a booty rolling across the stream. So right, so that happened. Then Roland Martin came out. He came out with a statement. Roland Martin came out with a statement. Okay, he said, "You can always laugh at these fools on Twitter. When you roll videos on an iPad, it automatically jumps to the next one. Okay." You have no idea what is next. We do this all the time at Roland Martin Unfiltered. But silly ass people are too dumb to know that. Try it and see. we know your search or whatever the feed shows you is based on your past history. It's called algorithm, Roland. I know you old school, but that's what it's called. It's not going to show you, if you look at certain things, it's not going to show you something that you normally don't look at. It's not going to randomly show you an ass. You don't look at asses. Men asses to be on that. So I put on his post, I said, okay, Mr. Love, I love men booties, Roland Martin. So everybody was lighting his ass up in this post. You did have some few loves, but Chicago Red put my algorithm doesn't have boy booties in it, pervert. It pulls content you have previously viewed or similar to content you have viewed. It's okay. You are in a safe space. Then everybody doing this. They pulling this up. Algorithm don't lie. Nice try. Karma just bit you and your boyfriend in the ass, you racist grifter. Somebody put none your business said it doesn't automatically jump to gay porn. Like, what are you saying? You're saying that it just randomly jumped to this booty on your page? Anyway, so so they was light him up, Roland. They was light him up. And he got about, he has about a little bit over 1 million, so over 1 million followers on YouTube. So I don't know how many views that particular show received. They probably before they realized and pulled it down. But somebody sent the clip. Somebody sent the clip. Now, this one meme I just want to show you guys before I go to, our regular topics. I thought it was hilarious. Let me see notifications. Of course, they was lighting him up, and somebody put. Let me see if this is it. Somebody made a meme out of Roland. I don't know if this is it. They made a meme. I wish I could find that, but the shit was hilarious. It was hilarious. So Roland got caught, this is a party that accepts everybody, and I'm saying Democrats, they really accept everybody. But as soon as you call them gay, they're like, oh no, I'm not gay. Then they gay phobia starts to rise and rear its other ugly head. Well, you don't have a problem with gays. Why are you so offended about being called gay? And if you are, it's your prerogative. But don't try to act like you're one thing and you're a totally different person, But yeah. Anyway, so that happened yesterday with Roland Martin. Somebody put, why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You are gay.
Anyway, they start pulling these pictures up of Roland. His old pictures. Him doing that dance. I don't know if you guys ever seen him doing the dance. But if Roland, if you're gay, it's okay. I think it's okay if you're gay. We're not gonna hold it against you. Don't be a closet booty warrior. You can't be in a closet. Okay. Anyway, let me get to some of your shout outs. Yuck Food Tube. I bet Roland went to Diddy's party. He probably did. He probably did. Hanging AZ. Roland is the moist as homemade cake. All eyes on me. Why can't her men save themselves? Roland is going to blame his love of booty on the white man. No, what? On the white man. Winnie, about TH constantly Jamaica with millions and drugs married boyfriend. I'm not sure what you're saying right there. YouTube, that was full of a gay movie. Looks like gay Charlie at the chocolate factory. Anger mismanagement. Right. It's in its algorithm. It doesn't show up like randomly. You mean twerking? Yeah, twerking. Steve, 1976. Roland always been sassy. Anyway, okay, so that's enough of that. I thought you guys would deserve to laugh today, but I thought that was hilarious. Okay, in more serious news, let's talk about Tim Walz before we get to Kathy Hochul and Tiffany Henyard. Tim Walz, this is crazy right here. This is how you know the media is so biased. When you talk against their main, propaganda messaging, they will cut you off. They will live cut you from the feed. They will shut down your website. They will bring charges up against you because you're totally against the messaging, the program. If you're not for the program, you're on the outs, okay? Democrats said they believe in free speech. We have these news outlets, they tout, oh, we believe in democracy and free speech. But as soon as you start speaking freely, they cut your feed. Case in point, Dr. Scott Peterson. Is it not Dr. Scott? I'm sorry, Dr. Scott Jensen. I don't know why I call him Dr. Scott Peterson. Dr. Scott Jensen, okay? He was, let me find he was talking against Tim Walz. He was talking against Tim Walz, and they decided, and you guys let me know if you could hear this, because last time I tried to play it on my desktop, it wouldn't play. He was talking against Tim Walz, saying, hey, Tim Walz is full of crap. If Tim Walz wanted to debate, and normally what Tim Walz does, he would debate several times before the election. But since the election, they have, in Minnesota, they have early election. You could cast your vote, I guess, starting in October. Well, his first debate is not until October the 24th. He said more likely 50% of Minnesota or Minnesotians already cast a ballot for presidency. Okay, so Tim Walz is being hiding from the camera, and we don't know why they're hiding from the cameras, but he's hiding from the camera. Okay, I want to make sure. Okay, you can't see it. Okay, like I said, I want to make sure you could hear the volume. Okay, you guys put in the chat. Let me know if you could hear the volume. Okay, you don't. Okay, so if since you can't hear it, I'll play it off the Instagram feed. Hold on for a second. Let me play it off the Instagram.
Looks like we lost that feed right there. You were just hearing from Dr. Scott Jensen, and we're going to continue to update you online on this ongoing election. Okay, there is a new round of COVID boosters.
The governor has agreed to a debate on October 28th. You're not thrilled about that.
Esme, you and I both know that that's a sham. Early voting starts in less than 3 weeks. Come on. What's happening is Tim Walz wants to have one debate as late as he can, potentially after 50% of Minnesotans have voted, and say, see, all the major news programs understand that I've had a debate. At this time, 4 years ago, Tim Walz had participated in 4 debates. He's absolutely been shutting them down. He wants to do this one debate so far into it, just before Halloween, and you know that he's actually using you to put out his message that I want to debate. He doesn't want.
Now, this is a live feed. They cut the live feed. Whatever he said after this, they cut it.
Looks like we lost that feed right there. You were just hearing from Dr. Scott Jensen.
This is so unreal to me. Dr. Scott Jensen, he's a Republican, okay? He's a Republican. This is on his Instagram page. He just pointed out that Tim Walz is full of crap. And this is freedom of speech. You asked his opinion, and then you're going to cut him off mid-sentences or mid-sentence because he's not with the program messaging. Like, you're not part of this program. We're going to cut the feed. You could see whoever's in the back. Cut the feed. They're talking against Tim Walz and Kamala Harris. Cut it. But he's right. So you just want people to just vote blindly and aimlessly for an individual they know little to nothing about. Well, I guess Democrats in Minnesota, I guess they're going to vote for him anyway. But what about the other people that's on the fence? And on his post,
And we're going to continue to update you online on this ongoing election. Okay, there is a new round of COVID boosters.
then they started talking about COVID boosters. This happened a couple of days ago, mind you. It says, remember what the media is capable of this election. This clip was from the state fair. No, this was last year. State fair, as I called out Tim Walz for not debating. Our local CBS affiliate cut the feed to message about COVID boosters rollouts. Funny how these mistakes only happen to Republicans. Yeah. Funny how this kind of thing happens to Republicans, and it never happens when they're talking rhetoric about Republicans. Okay, when Democrats are talking about Republicans, they never cut the feed because that's with the program messaging. Okay, now Tim Walz's brother came out. Tim Walz's brother came out and said Tim Walz's older brother is 100% opposed to all his ideology, believes VP Hochol is not type of character who should make decisions about U.S. future. Okay. It says Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz is not the type of character who should make decisions about America's future, his older brother warned in a series of damning Facebook comments this week. I'm 100% opposed to all his ideology, Jeff Walz declared Friday evening about the far-left Minnesota governor and running mate of Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris. He has so little faith in his kid brother. Jeff Walz is considering publicly endorsing former President Donald Trump White House run. He told the Facebook poster, who urged him to get on stage with President Trump and endorse him. I thought long and hard about doing something like that. I'm torn between that and just keeping my family out of it. The 67-year-old Floridan wrote in response that notched or received 449 likes. This story I could tell, not the type of character you want making decisions about the future, he added. Besides Jeff, Tim Walz, 60, has a sister, Sandy Diedrich, 63, who lives in Nebraska, where the Walz clan grew up. Another brother, Craig Walz, 44, died when a tree fell on him during a storm, which ripped through the Minnesota campsite in 2016. Jeff and Tim Walz haven't spoken in 8 years, Jeff Walz wrote. And the governor, who fudged details of his military career, who delayed calling the National Guard even at his state burned during the George Floyd riots. Didn't bother to tell his older brother know that he was picked as Harris' running mate. My family wasn't given any notice that he was selected, Jeff Walz wrote. So it sounds like they're in battle, just like the Kennedy family. They're stepping away from their brother. That's what at least the oldest brother is. It says Jeff Walz's feelings about his younger brother became light after the conservative activist Laura Loomer discovered a Facebook post he wrote on March the 30th, 2023, the day Trump was indicted by Manhattan grand jury over hush money payments made to the... Why did they put that there? Okay. We just become a third world banana republic. He wrote in a post that has now gained a lot of likes. The registered Republican donated $20 to Trump's 2016 campaign. The Federal Election Commission records show there were no recorded donations to his brother during Tim Walz's years in the House of Representatives. Little has been reported about the married dad who lives in Florida Panhandle and Freeport with his wife, Lori. And so it looks like he is just coming out against his brother. They don't go in detail why he doesn't care too much for his brother, but it does say Tim Walz was arrested in 1995 for drunken driving after he was busted going 40 miles per hour over the speed limit, and his brother pleaded guilty in 2001 to the misdemeanor retail theft and was sentenced to 6 months of probation, according to the public records from Citrus, Florida, Country, Florida. While he was an assistant principal of Crystal River Middle School, Jeff Walz allegedly stole a bicycle tube, handlebars, grips, and 3-way outlet adapters totaling $13 from Avernus Walmart, according to Tampa Bay Times. and a letter of reprimand from Florida's Education Practices Commission. Okay, so his brother got in trouble and he got in trouble. They didn't say what year he got in trouble, though. It says Jeff Walz, who was certified to teach mathematics and physics, was also ordered to do community service, attending shoplifting course, pay $260 in fines, and not to return to the store, according to the commission complaint. As the governor of Minnesota, he imposed some of the harshest coronavirus lockdowns. We know that he's real extreme. And some people chiming in about how extreme he is. But he never really says or go into detail of why he thinks his brother or he's not backing his brother. Probably because his brother is real extreme. You know, what more? You put tampons in the boys' bathroom. What more do you want? Okay, we know you one flown over the cuckoo's nest. You're not all there, okay? Because you think boys have periods. And they don't. Because they don't have a vagina. Like, come on. They don't have one. They don't have a uterus that sheds. And they don't have a vagina. I mean, this is just basic anatomy that you learn, you know, as a kid. So who is Tim Walz trying to fool? So that's probably why his brother really don't support him. He's kind of crazy. Okay. And, you know, it's night and day. How you grow up in the same household and you have two different ideology. I think it's very easy because you start to form your political opinions as your experiences grow as a young adult. And they broke apart. And Jeff Walz didn't drift off the path. I think they probably grew up conservative, if they grew up in Nebraska. And so Jeff stayed conservative and Tim Walz went off the deep end. His parents is probably turning over in their grave. How off the deep end Tim Walz is. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about that. Boys don't have periods. If they think they are, then they need medical help immediately. Dewana, good point. It sounds like a distraction to keep the public from asking about the policies. That's a very good point. I'm glad you pointed that out. Yesterday, I got so much hate. I put out a video about Kamala Harris, and you know, she had a chance to present her policies and her talking points in this past CNN interview, but she refused to. What she did was she, flip-flop on her talking points, and she kind of strayed to the middle and changed up her whole little spiel. In her policies, she was backtracking on policies that what she once agreed with, and she flip-flop on some things, and it's like she was really sounding like a moderate Democrat, somebody that was like in the middle of the road. But you're not. We know you're a communist, Kamala. Kamala. That's what Kamala is, a communist, and she's a scam. But I got a lot of slack for that. But I guess you don't want to talk about policies. I guess it's all on the feelings of what they're talking about. People are basing their vote off of feelings. Okay, this is what Alyssa Farah said during the View today.
That she's running. So there is no doubt that the momentum is on Kamala Harris's side right now, but I've been talking to a lot of pollsters, and I know how we feel about the polls. They say this: we live in such an era of polarization that she's running a flawless campaign. She could ride out on a Pegasus with bald eagles and a sword, and she's not going to pull 10 points ahead because people tend to vote against the other party and with the jersey that they wear. That said, she's running really smart. I was at the convention for CNN. I closed my eyes at one point and I was like, this could be Mitt Romney speaking.
Shut up. But she does have a point. Mitt Romney, I guess he's a moderate. I don't know if he's a Democrat now. What is Mitt Romney now? Is he a Democrat? But anyway, he will be in the middle line. If he did switch to the other party, he will be in the middle line. But I know he doesn't like Trump. So I guess he'll be in the middle of the road, Democrat or Republican. This is what I was saying during her CNN interview. It sounds like, if you close your eyes, it sounds like she's running a campaign for Trump. Like, yeah, we want fracking. We want to tout the small businesses. We want to do stuff for small businesses. We want a child tax credit because we do want more babies and all that stuff. But, you want extreme abortion and all this stuff. Anyway. Flawless campaign? No. They're teaching her and they're praising her for avoiding the media. This is crazy. Kamala Harris is like literally avoiding the media. She had that CNN, I guess, taped interview so they could snip out all the bad talking points and put the stuff that they want people to hear out. But it sounds like she's not the extreme Kamala as she was. But on her interview, she said her values have not changed. And when we go look at her values are Marxist and communistic values. Okay, so we just got to keep that in mind when we're talking about Kamala Harris. Anyway. That was that for Tim Walz and Kamala. Kamala just slipped in there. We're going to talk about Kathy Hochul and her aide. Her aide. Former top aide to New York Governor Hochul charged with acting as a foreign agent in China. Now, earlier, I saw this post this morning. It was about 9 o'clock. I put it on my X feed, and they didn't give any details. So now they're coming out the report. This came out about 27 minutes ago, and it says a former top aide or the former top aide to Governor Kathy Hochul was arrested on federal charges accusing her of acting as an undisclosed agent of China and the Chinese Communist Party. Her name is Linda Sun, who had been deputy chief to staff to Hochul, is charged with violating and conspiring to violate the Foreign Agents Registration Act, visa fraud, alien smuggling, and money laundering conspiracy. Sun's husband, Chris Hu, also was arrested on charges of money laundering conspiracy, as well as conspiracy to commit bank fraud and misuse of means of identification. Okay. This says Sun's husband, 40-year-old businessman. Chris Hu was also arrested. The couple who were arrested by FBI agents at their home in Long Island are scheduled to appear Tuesday afternoon in the U.S. District Court in Brooklyn. What is her name again? I just want to pull up her indictment. Did they indict her or they just arrested her? It says prosecutor says the couple laundered the proceeds of their alleged schedule to buy a $4.1 million home in Manhasset, Long Island, a 2.1 condominium in Honolulu, a luxury automobiles that include a 2024 Ferrari. An indictment alleged that the 41-year-old son, while working in the governor's office under Hochol and Governor Andrew Cuomo, and in multiple state agencies, also acted as an undisclosed agent for the People Republic of China, where she was born. This is their house. They said this house is worth about $3.1 million. Okay. It says the indictment says that while acting at the request of PRC government officials and the Communist Party in China, Representative Sun engaged in numerous political activities in interest of the PRC and the CCP. Those included blocking representative of the Taiwanese government from having access to the New York's governor's office, changing Hochol's and another's politicians' messaging regarding issues important to China and the CCP, obtaining official proclamations from the governor for PRC representatives, and trying to facilitate a trip by Hochol to China. The indictment alleges. She also allegedly arranged for meetings for visiting delegations from the PRC government with New York State government officials. The black girl that was, I guess, probed by the FBI, they were visiting her home, top aide of Eric Adams, is also going through the same thing. But their country is Turkey. What is going on? And she's not Turkish or anything like that. She's a black lady, a young black lady. So they're kind of going through the same thing. And those included the facilitation of millions of dollars in transactions for the PRC-based business activities of Hugh. The press release says Sun also received two tickets to events, promotion of close families, friends, business, employment for Sun's cousins in the PRC, a Nanjing-style salted ducks prepared by PRC government officials, personal chef that were delivered to the residence of Sun's parents. You know, the FBI, when they want to find something, they're going to find something. Why would they even? Oh, they've received some chickens. They received chickens from the PRC government. And so they tied it to this. Okay. From the personal chef, Hochol's press release, press secretaries Avi Small, in a statement to WNBC News 4 in New York City, said this individual was hired by Executive Chamber more than a decade ago. We terminated her employment in March of 2023 after discovering evidence of misconduct. Immediately reported her actions to law enforcement and have assisted law enforcement throughout this process, Small said. Okay, so Sun was working for the state labor department at the time she was fired. And according to the indictment, Sun held a series of positions within the New York state government from 2012 to 2023, and including deputy chief of staff to Hochul for a year, beginning in September of 2021. So Hochul is like, you ain't about to get me in no crap. I'm about to report you. I'm trying to catch the Linda Sun indictment. Okay, they did put it up here. I thought I read in somebody's comments saying they had a bunch of money on them. It says Hugh also laundered unlawful proceeds through bank accounts opened in the name of a close relatives, but were actually for Hugh's exclusive use. To open these accounts, Hugh unlawfully used the image of his relative's driver's license. So he was trying to hide stuff. I guess they were planning to pay for all this. These luxury items in cash. They said they laundered millions of dollars from a foreign country and used the monetary benefits of this scheme to buy luxury vehicles and million-dollar properties. How much does chief of staff make? Do they make a lot? I guess I know they're in the six figures since New York is a large state, but they're making a salary. Do they get a commission based off the monies they collect? But chief of staff, they don't do any campaigning. Now, I guess if she was a campaign, under the campaign or over her campaign, do they get a percentage of their campaign money, of the monies they collect? Probably so. You would think they'll get like 10 to 15% of monies they collect, or not collect, but able to raise under their campaign finance. Is that legal? I'm not for sure, but I know I was reading the guy who prosecuted Donald Trump, Judge Marchand. His daughter raised a bunch of money for one of the Democrats, and they said she got paid about $12 million for her campaigning. So, and that's why I think Donald Trump has a, what is it called? When they try to get a conviction overturned, he has one of those things in. I can't think right now. He has one of those things in. So, and they mentioned that Judge Marchand should be taken off the case. He's trying to get the case moved to another judge or get the case dismissed because they're saying it's a political witch hunt, which I think it is. Anyway, so that's campaign. I guess, I don't know if you want to call it campaign fraud or she's a Chinese agent that penetrated the Democrat Party. They penetrated the Democratic Party, and she's been working for the government for about 12 years. How did they find out? Some person was being nosy, and they probably got their wires crossed. Whoever she was talking to, they probably end up calling the wrong person. Hey, I'm trying to get in contact and so and so, and they gave the undisclosed information, and they set off a red flag, and somebody told on her. That's how she got caught. So Linda Lou is probably mad as, or Linda's son. Her name is Linda's son. She probably mad as hell that she got caught in the act. She got caught. They don't have, oh, this is her picture too. I guess this guy, this was in China. Okay, and it says, okay, this is just a our interview that she said did previously. It says on or about February the 14th of 2023, Linda's son submitted a voluntary interview with the NYS Office of the Inspector General. During the interview, Son claimed to attend Asian community events in her personal capacity and not in her capacity at the Department of Labor. Well, we know that's a lie. We know that's a lie. Anyway, she probably was, like they said, smuggling people in. That's one of the charges. She was bringing people in from China, undocumented immigrants or illegal immigrants. You guys put in chat, let me know what you think about that. Kenton Glover says, love your channel. Thank you, you guys. Yuck Fotu Mittens is a rhino. Well, I don't know. Well, I know he's a Republican or rhino, I guess you want to call it, but he's not a Trump supporter. He's vowed never to be a Trump supporter. That, to me, it cracks me up when people, say stuff like that. Anyway, we're going to get to our girl. Your girl was passing out food boxes over the weekend, and she's claiming that the food boxes came from her pocket. Okay. Tiffany Henyards post. She said, I love you, and there's nothing you could do about it. Okay, I'm warning you guys. She's off the chain.
You're the people's mayor, people's supervisor. We are here at the picnic that's going on right now in our village, Dawson, at the rink 14312 Greenwood in Dawson. Come on out, let me show you what's going on right now. Remember, people will always try to stop things that they don't want to prosper. But I spend my own money to make sure that I put on for my city. I'm always put my money where my mouth is. And that means I love y'all residents. Here we go. Show you. We're going to walk through now. Let's try to walk through. All right, we're going to walk through. Go ahead, go. Look how she dancing.
Tiffany claims she spent her own money to, she's putting her money where her mouth is. But we know that you already stole the money, so you're actually spending their money again because you already stole it. Stop it with the lies, Tiffany. You stole the money, and now you spending it and acting like it's your money.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo! Oh! Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Woo! Ah! She be 69, she said. 69.
She needs to take those tight ass pants off. Them legs look, whew.
Hey! How you doing? Let me turn it around. Look who I got here. Hey! Yeah? All right, come on. All right, guys.
William, don't pray for me no more, matching the truck. He got his blue and green on, looking like Thornton Township.
We got, here, hold that for 1 minute. That box right there, open it up. All right, here we go. Let me turn around. Hold on. All right, guys. If if you are in town and you want to come to get a free food box, we are here at 14312 Greenwood in Dawson. Come get your free food box. And then we got a whole list of festivities for you lined up down the street so you can come and enjoy for you and your family. Again, remember, they new to this, but I'm true to this. I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Let me show you what you about to eat really quick. So come get your fresh produce box. This was in the box. We got greens. We got greens, beans, potatoes, you name it. Look at that. Pie crust. Woo! Pillsbury, that thing. You got your butter. You got your sugar. You got your cornmeal. Woo! She got them yams. That's them yams, y'all. Y'all know what to do with that. The gravy. So you make that cornbread dressing. See, y'all know I really, really love y'all. I try to make sure y'all don't eat nothing. Nothing. You got your garlic powder. You got your seasoned salt. Your cranberry sauce.
And extra greens and extra yams.
And then they got you extra. Because they know that I don't like this canned good stuff, but they still got you extra. And then same with the greens. And then what else we got?
I think it's very important that you tell them that none of that food is from the Chicago Food Depository.
Okay, let me tell you something real quick. We got KP right here, and we want to make sure y'all know there ain't nothing in the box from Chicago Depository.
Public service announcement. None of that food comes from the Chicago Food Depository, so they called us about your fake complaints the other day. We already got all that straight because I send them videos of what we're passing out before we go out. So thank y'all again for bringing so much attention to the great things that the super mayor is doing. Have a great one.
You already, again, we bought this food. I keep telling y'all. Surpluses are in the township due to Supervisor Tiffany Henyards. We got a $4 million surplus in our GA department. Come on, man.
You know they lying. She lying. They haven't did no audit, so we don't know what's in the surplus. Well, who cares where the food came from? So is she claiming that she bought the food? If you bought the food, why did you buy? Why isn't there a variety of different foods? You got fresh greens, then 2 cans of greens. Does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense. Then you have fresh yams. Then you got 2 cans of yams. Somebody lying because that don't make sense. And is the food box for one person or 2 people? Because one person is just going to eat 1 can of greens. I mean, logically, you could have put something else in there. Where's the you could have put some sugar in there. I guess some flour. I mean, most of the people that's going to be making, where's the Kool-Aid? I mean, you giving out greens, and then there's 1 bushel of greens. So I don't believe they bought this food. I really don't believe that. Now, you let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction. But logically, why would you buy this and package it like you did? Because if somebody would have bought it, they could have said, oh, get a big can of baked beans, get some greens, get some green beans. You know, that would have been a good buy because it's a variety of food. No, you put 2 cans of yams in there, then you put fresh yams, then you put 2 cans of greens in there, then you put fresh greens. It doesn't make that the food box don't even make no damn sense. This is a food box. This is the food box for me. My kids, I love greens, but my kids don't eat greens. So me and my husband, we would cook greens. But we won't cook canned greens or anything. But, you know, if you're in need, canned greens, you're not going to complain about it. You're just going to cook it. But why would you buy in that? Why would you put that together? It doesn't make any sense.
I keep telling y'all, keep talking that mess, but stop it. Try to keep up with me, please. Again, we bought this food. Hey, y'all.
So she's saying she bought this food, so they're lying. They didn't buy that food. Why would you buy that? I mean, come on, why would you seek out to buy and put 2 cans of greens, then you're going to buy fresh greens. That doesn't make any sense to me. Somebody put in the chat, does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me.
Look at it. I got the baby here.
Then why would you buy cornmeal? Like, somebody put it in the chat. Why would you buy cornmeal to make cornbread? Is that what they're getting at? But then you could have bought like the Jiffy box. Now I'm just thinking, I'm poor or I'm in need for food, and now you give me a box that I can't make a whole meal out of. You gave me cornmeal, but you didn't give me no milk and eggs. Because if you have cornmeal, you can make cornbread, but you just need oil, milk, and eggs to make it. You need the other ingredients. But I don't have that. So then you put double of things that people are not going to eat too, unless you're, going to somebody else's cookout. Yeah, I bring the yams. But it doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I'm just, do these people cook? Like, really? Like, if you really think about it, okay, what can I make a meal out of? You're not going to buy no damn cornmeal. You're not going to buy that. They could have bought Jiffy box cornbread. That's like the same amount or same price, because she said she bought this food. That's why I don't think she bought the food. The food came from somewhere else. They're lying. And Keith Price fat ass is lying with her.
Thank you. I love you too.
Y'all notice how Keith Price, he can't never stand up and get around. He rolling around in the golf cart. He's wheeling around in the golf cart. Like, so Keith Price, he probably can't go in the grocery store and shop. He got to get in one of those shopping carts to wheel himself around because he's too big to walk. And he looks like he's getting bigger.
Appreciate that. Got the whole 2 Live crew right here. All the festivities right here. Look, you got Bill. Huh? Yeah, go ahead. And then see the food here. But look, let me show you what else we got that's in the box. Y'all come out and get this stuff today. We got turkey. It ain't even Thanksgiving. Ah! Turkey and ham. Where your ham at? Got a ham for him? I told y'all, this is what I do. I don't know how many times I got to show y'all.
Now that's good, turkey and ham. That's a good combination. But the food box, no.
Prove it to y'all. Write it down. Take a picture. Make a video. I don't give a woo. Hey, but we got all of this for you right here. We got meat. Look at that turkey. Like I said, it ain't Thanksgiving. And we got the ham. Woo! Y'all ain't ready. Ain't that say Sarah Lee? Who that say? Oh, okay. I thought it was Sarah Lee. Almost. Hey, how you doing? Good. Well, we got all this food for you right here at this location. And you got the people, 2 Live crew lined it up. You see them. Hey, y'all. Hey. Y'all ready? I got you. Right. Hey. Hey. Yeah. All right. I keep saying. Yep. You should get your good side. All right, we got the food for you right here again. We here at 143 Greenwood. You got the bouncy houses, you got everything, you got them skates. You gotta have that wristband. Just wait, I'm live. Give me 1 minute. Yep, so we got all this going on again. Thornton Township, this is in the boxes. If you want some food, please show up and show out. Pull up, you getting all what you need. You see the line is long. We about to hand the first box out. What's that for? First brand to get their food. Oh, for your food. So, guys, share the video. Y'all gonna be so proud of me. I got a lot of great things coming up. Again, Tiff is gonna speak and I'm gonna shut it all down. But you know, we don't be having time to literally go back and forth with people that's down here, because I am doing too much good in my neighborhood. And for those that don't know, let me make sure I'm crystal clear about this. I ain't never took a goddamn thing in my life. So I want to make sure y'all hear it out my mouth, because y'all with all this little fake hate don't make no doggone sense. I don't have to do anything like that. Never will I. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that. People mad because I care. People are mad because I can actually show up and show out and give things like this to the public who need it. It's sad. If y'all really want to make some noise, y'all should be blasting the people that try to stop this. They try to stop this event from me feeding y'all that need the food. Make that make sense. You got people out here hungry. People out here don't know where they're going to get their next meal from. But the minute I go and say, hey, open up the food pantry, get them the food, because it's the people's food. Y'all got a problem with it. You got board members voting to stop, like, unity events. Stop a picnic to feed people, guys. Make it make sense. But y'all missing the biggest point. You got people like myself that care about community that people try to stop. People will always try to stop things they cannot control.
Tiffany, cut it out. We know you like to talk, but every time you talk, you're lying. Yeah, that's why we have a board of trustees for people like you. You're saying they're trying to stop your event. No, they're not trying to stop your event. They're saying you can't spend and hire Kiki Wired and whatever that other guy name is and pay them $40,000 to $50,000 to show up, and only 100 people show up actually to the township. You shouldn't be doing that. It doesn't make any sense. There's other use that you could do with that money. But no, you want to have everything as a party to you. Why do you need a bounce house to pass out food? Okay, what is it, Labor Day weekend? Okay, I guess you're having a picnic. I'm not for sure, but you rent a bounce house. You got a DJ. There's tents on the other side. All this to get a food box. The township pays for the free food. So why do you need all the other stuff? You're trying to make an event out of something that doesn't need to be an extravagant event. Get your food box and go on, because we got other people to service. But no, you're trying to make a party out of it and spend the money frivolously, which doesn't make any sense.
That's what it's all about. Someone young, vibrant, energetic like myself, who cannot and will not be bought, is the one that's constantly moving forward. Throughout all the controversy, throughout all the drama, all the naysayers, all the haters. And I see some of y'all in the line. Let me flip the camera around so you can see them in the line. Whoop, there she go. Look, right there, right there. Whoop. That.
Another thing, Tiffany, you're supposed to be a mayor, okay, and a elected official. If someone voiced their opinion against you as a resident, they should be allowed to voice their opinion against you because you're an elected official. Now, if you're giving out free food to whoever because it's the township resources, you're not in control over that. So you need to stop calling people out. They don't like you. They didn't say they don't like the services that Thornton Township renders. They don't like you as a person.
That part. But they'll tell you that. Then they get in a little hate group. But you in my line getting food. Your kids out here bouncing in a bouncy house. You on the skate rink. All that. And I'm cool with that because I love everybody.
No, you
Good,
ain't.
The bad, and the hateful. I love all y'all. But all I'm saying is, y'all, stop trying to tear somebody down. Thinking your light gon' glow. Trying to dim out. It ain't gonna work. Stop. God put me here. God wanted me to lead the people. God knew that I wouldn't take no mess. He knew that I would stand strong in the fire for you. Because think about it. It's people with opinions that don't even know me. But you got all this hate in your heart for hearsay. Stuff you hear, like y'all in high school.
I don't know you, and I have a lot of opinion about you. I have a whole bunch of stuff to say about you because I think you're trying to be a dictator. You act inappropriately during the meetings, on and off camera. You're very ghetto. Somebody mentioned her eyelashes. Why do you have those long ass eyelashes on? You don't even look like a mayor. You look like a rat. Actually, an older hood rat. So and everything is a damn party. It's a party to you. And you want to be all ghetto and rude to other people because they're doing a job. That's why people have opinions about you and not know you.
Come on, when we do that, at the end of the day, you're supposed to teach the kids. Y'all teaching them how to be negative and have evil spirits. That ain't.
And you teaching the kids how to be ghetto. And evil too. Because you're trying to say that one person evil because they're not agreeing with you. You're pretty evil. You pretty evil. That little boy that she kicked out because she didn't agree with their mama. They had an Easter egg hunt event and she kicked the mama and the kid out. And it was a little boy, like 4 or 5. That's pretty evil, Tiffany. So what are you saying?
What I do, I'm all about loving on one another, passing the baton, uplifting people. That's what it's all about. Now, let me go back to this food line. Let me go back and love on my people. You know what I'm saying? That part. Because that's what it's about. Making sure that we survive as a race, let alone as people. But making sure that we produce and give resources out here in the community. Because everybody talking good talk, but ain't nobody doing it. And I told y'all that before. I can't stand fake politicians. I can't stand people that only do work when it's beneficial to them, when it's time to run for office. Where y'all was at for 4 years? I've been doing this for the last 12 years. Go back. That's why I said do your research. The last 12 years haven't missed a beat. Never is election time when I'm feeding my people and making sure they lights on, they gas bill paid, they rent paid, they mortgage paid. I help them bury their loved ones. All that. But y'all ain't talking about the good stuff that I actually produce. The surpluses that I actually have. Since becoming a supervisor in Thornton Township, they had deficits forever. Forever, ever. They spent $5 million at Thornton Township and didn't have the money. But did y'all talk about that when the other supervisor was in place? No, y'all didn't. That's why I say, stop lying on me. Stop with all the little fake stories. Stop. Go find some truth. And that's what we gonna do here. We gonna show you what.
Now, logically, Tiffany is saying that they have a $4 million or $5 million surplus. I mean, she hasn't bragged about that they received any extra grants or anything. So if you have a $4 or $5 million surplus, that means somebody increased their taxes somehow. And we don't know if the different cities increase their taxes, or you received a grant and usually if they receive the grant, Tiffany will be bragging about it. Oh, I got a $5 million grant and never receive it. But anyway, your spending has increased since you took over, but the money hasn't increased. So how are you working in a surplus? You're just saying that. And I guess people should believe it because the trustees have not called for an audit yet. And I don't know what the Illinois code is in regards to these particular townships, but I'm pretty sure they have to have some type of audit to make sure they're being responsible, fiscally responsible. But we don't know. So we got to go off of what she's saying, that she's working in a surplus. But remember, she was using these same talking points until Dalton Village hired Lori Lightfoot, and she exposed how much in the red Dalton Village is. Tiffany was using these same talking points, saying the money is there. We need to pay the people, spend the money. The money is there. We got a $6.8 million grant. And now they spent the $6.8 million. And now they're $6.8 million in the red because they never received a grant for $6.8 million. So we can't believe what Tiffany said because you did wrong in this other village. And now you talking the same, using the same talking points, and we're supposed to believe you.
What truth is. And I see that they just reported that in Chicago, y'all got what, $40 million deficit or something else? Like, come on, stop it. Go and love.
It's a $1.3 billion deficit, Tiffany.
Love on somebody. It's more to life than just talking about Tiffany Henyards. Y'all know that, right? I'm the topic in conversation of all y'all stuff. Stop. Go and love on your family. Life is short. Half the time when y'all come and see me, guess what's happening? Either you got a problem that the haters can't help you with. They can't help you pay your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, your mortgage, your rent. Or you have something that happened, meaning somebody died, and you need help burying your loved ones. These are the things that I stand for. The commitment to the community. That's what Tiffany Henyards represents. And they have to try to do this character assassination because they can't control me. Other than that, why else are you talking about Tiffany Henyards every day? Gosh, at least show the good that I do. At least show some stuff that y'all benefit residents from. But they don't show that stuff on the news. They just show negativity.
They don't show the good on the news is because you're so negative. And she was trying to say assassination. I don't know what she's talking about.
But guess what? Stay tuned. Because today, tomorrow, yesterday, I take back. And I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. At the end of the day, I don't have to keep on responding to everything somebody say. I don't do that. That ain't what I do. It's too much going on in my life, meaning positive, to keep coming down and talk about negativity. That's not what you should do as a leader. Leaders uplift. Leaders show you what it's like to grow a community. And to actually stand in the fire while doing it. And guess what? Doing good and looking good too. That part. Tanika, give them their food, girl. What you waiting on? Give them their food, girl. Give them their food, girl. Give them their food. She finna get them their food box. All right, go ahead. She got it? That's all. All right, they finna get their food. All right, you see them with their food? Got people out here with their dogs. You got all it. Oh, my bad. Let me go over. I'm trying to get over. Again, all this stuff is in the box. Y'all better come get this box. Ooh. I don't know. Y'all need to go on and make some sweet potato pie. Whoever got sweet potato pie, please let me know. And you got your greens. You got these yams. Look at that. You got butter. I just showed this box before, but
that's why they put the extra yams in there for sweet potato pie. Okay. That's a good thing.
Even got canned goods, which y'all know I'm not a big fan of canned goods. I'm not. But they put it in here for just in case, for that just in case moment. You got your sugar because you can't make no yams without no sugar. But you need some brown sugar with that too for those that really know how to throw down in the kitchen like I do. But I like the real greens. This is the stuff that you got to go and you got to pick. Some of y'all use the stems. I know my grandma used to use the stems back in the day. And she just chop it up. That way it be more food for us. And she said that's where all the nutritious stuff is. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nutritious.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you.
Nutritious. Assassination.
So, again, make sure y'all get it.
We should do a count how many words Tiffany say wrong during her live stream.
Me on this. And we also have a cooking show called Cooking with Tiff. So on the cooking show, guys, you can sign up and you can come and cook with me. So we had meatloaf episode was last week. So now coming up, we had a lady, she challenged me, guys. She challenged me. She challenged Superman. She want to do mac and cheese. So we're going to do mac and cheese. And if it's somebody on here that want to do mac and cheese or think they can do it better than us, and you just want to showcase the recipe, please let us know. Please let us know. And we'll make sure you got what you need. But see, look at this line. I'll show you, because people hungry. My people hungry. Look. Let me show you this line. That's why I know y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
People gonna come out for free food if they need it. You know, you trying to act like you have 150,000 residents in your township. If they need it, they gonna come out. You know, if they don't need it, they might not come out. I mean, why show up? Because if you're not in need of food, you're not gonna say, "Oh, let me stand in this line and get this free food." I mean, that's pointless. Especially if you're a person that don't like to take free stuff. I mean, like. But Tiffany acts like everybody in her township is just dirt poor. And that's not the case. But you know, you do have people that need food.
That's what it's all about right there. They'll show y'all this, right? Nope, they'll show you this. But again, in the box. Boy, them greens, boy. And them some collard greens. Collard greens! You know about collard greens. Got everything in here.
Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, so yeah, Tiffany had her event, you know, and people came out. She calling out residents. I don't know why you would do that, but she called out residents. They said they was going to do food, but I didn't see no stuff on the grill or anything. So maybe they canceled that. Maybe she didn't have enough for that. Not for sure.
Super Mayor Tiffany Henyards, the people's mayor. So we are out here once again, as always. You know how we do. We put on for our city, on for the city. All right, we out here giving out free food boxes to our residents in Thornton Township. So if you are in need and you would like a food box, pull up at 333 East 162nd Street in South Highland. And we are here. I'm turning around so you can see us in action. And the cars are lined up. They're going that way.
Nuh-uh. Was that Andrew Holmes?
Pull up at 333 East 162nd Street in South Highland. And we are here. I'm turning around so you can see us in action.
No, that wasn't Andrew.
And the cars are lined up. They're going that way around the building, as you can see. And let me show you what we're giving away. This is what we're giving away. What you got? What you got? All right, remember, if you didn't watch Cooking with Tiff, this is your meatloaf box. So you have your crackers, your potatoes, your onions, your bell peppers, your ground beef, your canned goods. And you know how I do. I got to give y'all some seasons, right? So you got your garlic. You know what I'm talking about? We do the accent. You got to make it get some flavor, some taste. Yeah, I know. It's salt. It's salt. And then, I know one of them had some seasoned salt in it. I couldn't find it in that one. And also seasoned salt. So all these things are in the box. And then we also have got our eggs. I know how expensive eggs are in the store, but these are the things that we are giving away here.
Now, this is a good food box. So you can't complain about that food box. Now, if she said she bought that food box, I would have believed her. But she didn't say that. Anyway, so she's going around giving out food boxes with her name on it. Like I said, every video that I share with Tiffany Henyards, she's out there doing the work. We could say she talked too much and she lying and she stealing, but to those residents, which is the elderly residents that's going to show up for the polls, all they going to know is Tiffany Henyards gave me some free food. And she put meat in the food box. And she gave eggs, because usually they don't give eggs and certain meats in the food box. You get a turkey every now and then, but Usually they don't put like ground beef and stuff like that in it. So, and it looked like it had ground beef in some type of turkey or sausage or whatever that tube was. So you can't hate on her working, because she is going to outwork you. And that's why I said, you guys in Thornton Township, you better not sleep on Tiffany. If you want her out, you better show up to the polls. Whoever's running against her, they better do twice as much as her. I don't know how you could compete with the food box, because she got her name on it. Unless you buy some box, you probably don't have enough campaign funds, because, right now Tiffany is using the Thornton Township money for campaigning, basically, because she got her name on everything. So anything that they receive for free, Tiffany Henyards gave it to them. So if they do vote, all they see is Tiffany Henyards. Oh, I'm going to vote Tiffany Henyards. I remember seeing her name. They probably not even looking at social media. They just going to remember her name. Oh, yeah, I remember Tiffany Henyards. If you don't follow politics like that, you're not going to know what's happening in politics. All you're going to know is Tiffany Henyards gave me a food box. So don't sleep on Tiffany Henyards. So she was out 2 days out of the row giving out food boxes. You can't hate on that. They said they give out food boxes available on every fourth Friday of every month, 3 to 6. So that was that. And then she had the other event a day ago giving out food boxes. Tiffany, she's trying to be like rob from the rich and give to the poor. Was that a modern day Robin Hood? And she probably like, what are you complaining about? I'm doing good. You guys are bad. Another in other news of Dalton Village, or village of Dalton, there is a postponed meeting next week. What is this? I get to that later. They postponed the meeting. The meeting is supposed to happen on next Monday. However, they postponed the meeting to Thursday, September the 8th, I believe, because they're saying that they have some other accounting issues that they want to, I guess, take care of before the meeting. I could have swore let me see, post media. Oh, yeah. Trustees notice a cancellation on Tuesday village board meeting in lieu of special board meeting. This letter serves as an official notice that the Board of Trustees meeting scheduled for Tuesday will be postponed and will now take place on Thursday, September the 12th. And the Board of Trustees is currently addressing several urgent matters that require immediate attention. Budget development. We are finalizing a budget that aligns with our financial priorities and addressing the needs of the community. Compliance resolution. The board is working with the Comptroller Office to resolve compliance issues, ensuring that all financial procedures meet regulatory requirements. Auditor engagement. We are in the process of securing a new auditor to conduct a thorough review of village financial practices. banking transition. Efforts are underway to establish a new bank accounts to improve the management and security of the village funds. We appreciate your understanding as we work to resolve these critical issues. The board remains committed to the maintaining transparency and accountability and will provide updates on the progress at the next meeting. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Okay, so they canceled the board meeting because of money stuff, financial issues. This post that I just previously put up there, this is, I don't know if you guys, last year when we was talking about Tiffany Henyard, she had contracted with South Suburban College, which is a community college in Dalton Village somewhere. It's in one of those townships. But anyway, she failed to meet her, number one, her financial obligation and the criteria of performance. So this is just a highlight of her being out of compliance with South Suburban College. And they mentioned several things because they talked about the menu was lack of nutritional balance. And they said they wasn't supposed to be closed on certain days, and they were. The cleanliness of the cafeteria or the cafe, and this is her Good Burger Cafe. They said it wasn't clean or sanitized to their standard. They failed to post daily or provide Cook County Department of Health sanitation reports. So it was several failures that they cited in this letter. And then she was back or behind in her rental fee. So it's saying that her rental fee was $400 a month, and they waived some of the rental fees through 2020, a whole year, a year and a half. They essentially waived the rental fees, but she still had an outstanding balance of $2,400. And they was obligated to pay the college 16% of their profit from all the vending sales, and they didn't. So, and she hasn't paid a commission check for the last 4 years. So when Tiffany touts that she is an entrepreneur or a business owner, she's a failed entrepreneur. She lacks the responsibility just to pay her bills on time. And especially if you're making money, what's the problem with paying your bills on time? And I'm pretty sure she was making money at this college, but she didn't. She wasn't. She failed to pay on time. Anyway, so they had 16 citations that she was to agree, or to follow, and she didn't. She did not follow any of those. And they were saying they was giving her 10 days to respond, but they end up evicting her. Okay. So that's about it. Okay. We had enough about Tiffany Henyard. She's going to be a forever talking point on this channel because she's an entertainer. Really. She's entertainment. You guys put in the chat. Let me know what you think. Sandra Worley said, I have an opinion about Tiffany. This is not something special that you're doing. Stop making it seem as if you did this. No Thornton Township provides this for the people. Exactly. No proofs, just statements. Comptroller had a statement too. She repeats everything like Harris. She can't control her goddamn self. Oh boy. Like folks who need food want to be on camera. Exactly. I don't want you filming me if I'm standing in the food line. Thank you. But no thanks. She making prison food. She got prison food meatloaf. I mean, with that milk, some people put in their comment, because I said who put milk in their meatloaf, and it was some comments under my comments saying, oh yeah, I use milk. I'm like, oh, that's something new. I never knew that. Maybe that's a different style of cooking. I'm not for sure. This is gonna have to have a chitlin have a chitlin episode with it. I don't know how long those chickens been, or those turkeys been out in the sun. We have a Dalton resident here, Beth from Chicago. Hi, I am a Dalton resident. Some people in Thornton Township do not need food assistance. However, some residents actually need help. There are people who rather eat cornbread and beans. Yeah. Ham, like everybody don't eat ham. Everybody don't eat greens and stuff like that. Yams, some people don't eat yams either. Like if I was to put that box together, I would have put, a couple of canned goods in there, some mainly dried foods, in there. But like the cornmeal, I didn't get with the cornmeal. I don't know what the point was that. Maybe they had it left over from the other box. Put stuff that you could actually make a meal from. Like that meatloaf box. I thought that was a pretty good box because you could make one entire meal on that. Winnie said she hired a person that didn't pass a police exam. Yeah, she didn't. If she wins in the upcoming election, it's on you off. The drama will continue for the next 4 years. Yeah, that's going to be horrific. But good, I guess, good for YouTube, I guess. Howard B. Robin Hood, Tiffany Hood is more ways than one. No meeting, Howard. No meeting. Meeting is on Thursday. Okay. And Tiffany is going to be off the chain. She's on the Thornship bandwagon, because she hasn't been audited yet. Nobody came in to audit her yet, so she could lie and continue with the lie. But on Dalton Village, she can't lie anymore. So her goose is cooked there. Jason House is running for mayor in Dalton Village. Thornton Township, I believe Thornton Township, if the residents are really serious about getting her out of office, they need to pick a candidate, a very strong candidate, and back their money up against that candidate and campaign like hell for that Thornton Township seat. Because I could see Tiffany winning again. I could see her winning if she ain't in jail. I could see her winning. All eyes on me. Thornton Township needs someone else to run. The guy running against her is too young and inexperienced. I don't think he has any political experience. And, he was saying that Kamal lift him up or roughed him up. Like, that's not a good look. You act like you got beat up by your daddy. So I think they need an older gentleman in there. But I thought Mr. Roberts was running. You guys put in the chat. I thought he was running. I think he would probably, I don't know if he has any political experience, but since he's been in the township. He's been very vocal. He probably would be a good candidate to run. Mary Event. Oh yeah, I wanted to share you guys. Share with you guys. I'm saying share you guys. Share with you guys. I thought her post. Oh yeah. Mary is running for Thornton Township trustee. Now she's been very vocal. She's been very active in the meetings. I think if someone runs against Tiffany, people need to know them. They've needed to been showing up for the meetings, in the community events. They can't just be like somebody that walked off on the street. Nobody like that. But they need to know them in the community. That's the only person that's going to be able to beat Tiffany. And I think they need to collaborate their efforts and putting some money behind whoever candidate that they're backing, because they need to campaign real hard. Because right now, Tiffany Henyards has the financial backing of Thornton Township, since she's basically using Thornton Township money as a campaign slush fund. She has her name plastered everywhere. So if they're going to do it, I think that's the strategy they should try to use. And get with a campaign manager, somebody that knows how to win seats in positions and offices. And if they could do that, I think they will be able to get Tiffany out. Because like right now, Tiffany is showing up, with the free stuff, and they love it. So if you're in Thornton Township, Mary, she's running. And I'm not for sure about who else will be running, but this is the Dalton ticket, clean house ticket. You have Belcher, Norwood, Steve, and Alice. That's a pretty picture of her. And Jason House, he's running for mayor. So they're running on the same ticket. I don't know. I guess Tammy Brown, her seat is not up yet. So she runs the following year. So I guess Steve is trying to get rid of, I don't know, is Andrew Holmes is up? I'm not for sure. But he's been missing in action. It should be some type of resolution to get rid of him. But no charges have been brought against him, just allegations. They haven't brought any criminal charges against Andrew Holmes. So I don't know if they will be able to, get him out of his seat. I guess they could say abandonment for a job, but I'm not for sure how they do elected officials. Anyway, they could try to force him to step down, but he never did. So that's it for Thornton Township and Dalton, the village of Dalton. So we'll be talking about that further. I'm not for sure if they got any other upcoming meetings besides the one next Thursday. Okay, so I really appreciate every single last one of you guys. I am sending all my good to you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.